Well, hello, folks. I've got a lot to talk about, and I appreciate your patience with me from the beginning here. I'll try not to keep you too long, but as I said, a lot of weather going on, a lot of different elements. All right, Alexandria, this is your Cinema Broadcasting Tower cam from Texas Street. Notice the change in weather. Might have noticed it getting a little darker in the latter part here of the afternoon. That's because the cloud cover is getting thicker, and we're about to see rain and some storms move in. Likewise, in Gina, we see the same thing, overcast skies in Leesville as well. Temperatures holding out in the 50s up in that direction. All right, coming up, these are some of the talking points that you'll hear about. First of all, we get rain, then we get cold. But is there any frozen stuff? Got a couple of questions for you that I'll answer. I'll answer that one. And how low will thermometers go? I've got that forecast coming up in your 7 day and your weekend forecast. That's one of the practical applications of all this. What kind of weekend is it going to play out to be? We're looking at radar right now. From time to time, we have seen a few stray showers moving through the area right now. But looking off to the southwest, we see better coverage and a little stronger action, a little stronger up there across portions of deep East Texas, and then be rolling in through Sabine Parish and up above Sabine Parish, between Manny and Shreveport, up in that direction in the coming hours. I do want to point out one little warning that's up for us here. This is a little winter weather advisory for the possibility of some light freezing drizzle or light rain early in the morning up in Wynn Parish. Otherwise, we'll see all kind of warnings for cold and winter weather and things like that. And speaking of the winter weather, kids, let's see if we can track a little snow for you. Yep, we see it all up areas to the north of us. I'll go back an hour, just kind of get you an idea how this is moving. So this is the cold side, as we're seeing still temperatures in the Texas Panhandle in the single numbers and teens across much of Oklahoma and Oklahoma City, Tulsa areas there. So, yeah, there's no question that this is some cold air, but exactly how cold will it get here? Features, surface features. There's a little surface low which is traveling southward for now. That's kind of holding the cold air back just a tad, but that is going to turn eastward during the night as an upper level disturbance comes through, picks up that surface low. It's all one system, and then it will scoot out. And as it does, that will open the door for the cold air overnight to come through. So based on this, let's check out the future cast. If you got something to do this evening, some entertainment or some errands or something like that, there'll be a quick increase here between, say, 6, 7 o'clock and 10 p.m. with the rain and storms. They're 10 p.m. I showed 8 p.m. before that. And then it will continue off and on for part of the night. And then by 7 o'clock in the morning, other than the possibility of that little bit of freezing rain or freezing drizzle up in some of the northern parishes there, up around Wynn, where that advisory is out and on up toward I-20. And to be perfectly honest with you, even though I haven't seen anything out of NWS about it, I wouldn't argue with perhaps a little potential for Sabine, Natchitoches, Grant, LaSalle, Catahoula, and Concordia parishes with that little thin icing as well. So Futurecast moves on into the rest of the day. This is your PM commute back home and then into Thursday morning, as we don't see any issues there. And then Thursday midday for lunch, just cold. One word forecast there. So let's cover the rainfall dimension to this. So the rainfall pattern for Tuesday night, this will be mainly rain to come for us, and what you saw on radar, a 100%. So everybody's going to get something out of this. Most of you will get less than an inch, but I think a couple of inches will be possible in some locations. I think the best possibility that would be in areas to the south of the Alexandria Pineville metro area. Here's the storm potential pattern. We continue with that little risk, mainly across South Louisiana. Got energetics and the jet stream moving through here. There is a disturbance which is out to the west, and it will just kind of be rippling along through the area. We got the front to the north, and so those ingredients spell a marginal risk of severe weather. This is the outlook from the Storm Prediction Center for today. You see it's mostly across southern parishes, and it is a marginal. That's level 1 out of 5. So here's a little bit more information for you. First of all, look at the bar graph. Nothing is really high with this as far as a threat. You see the overall threat, everything is limited. I even took the tornado potential completely out. because it's so far to the south of us. So hail will be the main thing for us in those southern parishes. So there's your level 1. Oh, by the way, the timing will be through 4 a.m. Wednesday. That's kind of when the window is open for severe weather down south. Hail is the most common mode at about 5% within 25 miles of a point, and then tornado wind risk less than 2%. So I could probably separate that out and say tornado near 0%, wind risk less than 2%. So just monitor your weather sources in case there's a warning issued. But I think if it is for Cenla, it would be for some hail and probably some marginally severe hail. Not looking for anything too big, not looking at anything like golf balls or larger or anything like that. So the other dimension to this, in addition to the severe weather and the temperatures, this is kind of related to the temperatures and the rainfall. This is the body of cold air mass. They're residing across much of the plains east of the Rockies. And as I said, that surface low, the upper level flow is kind of rippling through from the southwest to the northeast. We have the surface low part of that. So as it picks up that surface low and they travel together, the cold air body will drop south and eastward. You can just see when that happens, that drops it right on top of central Louisiana. So with that being said, and that kind of pattern, here's our temperature regime that I expect for Wednesday. It's one of those days. It's a backwards day. So high temperatures will be around midnight, low 40s for Natchitoches and Winfield. You'll be the first to feel the cold air from the front. So you'll have your afternoon high chopped off there in the lower 40s around midnight. Heading further south, we see temperatures get higher. We've got double Nichols for Oakdale and Opelousas. You'll be the last to see the front later tonight and very early Wednesday morning, and everyone else is somewhere in between. All right, what about the low temperatures? Right now, I'm expecting those readings I just showed you will drop as the cold air establishes its dominance and moves through central Louisiana during the morning hours. And we will see temperatures drop from what I just showed you to these numbers to freezing or below across northern portions of the area by mid-morning. Say around 9 a.m. I think is where that low temperature will occur. Then there'll be a secondary low later tomorrow evening when we get even lower than that. But again, handling it for just the morning, mid-morning lows here, and then we get into the upper 30s in areas to the south. All right, so that's your temperature regime, at least in the very near term. So future wind chills, this is say Wednesday morning, as you go on your morning commute, you'll definitely need to bundle up because we've got teens across parts of central Louisiana and low 20s, and even down toward Lafayette, a wind chill expected at about 30 degrees there by 7 o'clock in the morning. Once we go into midday Wednesday, gonna head out for lunch? Well, maybe order in. It may be too cold. It'll be in the 20s for wind chills all across Cenla. And then future wind chills taking us into Wednesday evening as you head back home. A little better, but not a lot of difference. It's still very cold in the 30s, maybe a few 20s mixing. But then what about Thursday morning? This is going to be one of our colder mornings from actual thermometer lows to the wind chill lows. Got single numbers across a good part of the area to low teens down south. So you definitely need to bundle up for that. And then even during the day for your evening commute back home, we can't get above freezing there as far as wind chill. And remember, this is not actual thermometer. This is wind chill. But all in the same, folks, it's what we feel. We feel the thermometer, but we feel the wind chill worse. All right, so Thursday evening, if you're going to be out evening for entertainment or something like that, it'll still be in the teens as far as wind chill. Here's a little situation. This is one of the reasons the Weather Service office in Shreveport put out that little winter storm advisory for Winn Parish, is because of something like this. Some very light drizzle or rain when it's cold enough late tonight in the morning. And this model's got it across northern Sabine, northern Natchitoches, and perhaps even a little sprinkling in toward portions of northern LaSalle, maybe dropping into Catahoula Concordia parish. I've seen a couple of models do that as well. So that's why I wouldn't argue with one of the offices in the Shreveport office expanding that a little bit, and then the Jackson office coming in and complementing that with a Catahoula Concordia edition. But again, that's just my opinion. I think down this way, I think we're going to be pretty much safe from that. All right, so that's the situation with the ice totals and things like that. Now, let's kind of sum it up with the 7-day forecast. Those temperatures will be falling during the day on Wednesday. 10% AM, just to keep that little winter advisory covered. And then we bottom out to 2 hard freezes there for Thursday morning and Friday morning, averaging in the lower 20s. There will be some of the colder areas in the upper teens. We only get 39 for a high Thursday, despite pretty good sunshine. We cloud up Friday, and I think that will hold us into the 40s, low 40s again. So very close to what we are Thursday. A little bit of warming on Saturday, but enough Saturday morning in those low to mid 30s to keep that 50% from causing us any icing issues or anything like that. And then we're warmer there for Sunday with a 30% lingering. Mainly Sunday morning it looks like, but there is another little disturbance coming. There's a pair of disturbances coming through Saturday and Sunday. The first one will get Saturday's rainfall chances started. The second one will keep it going a little bit into Sunday. And then finally, those two get out of here. And then we see a more tranquil pattern, and we see a warmer pattern, a warming trend kicking in for Monday and Tuesday. And by that time, your high temperatures are back above normal. And look at that, under mostly sunny skies, 75 for Tuesday. So the temperature outlook going into looks like next Wednesday through Fat Tuesday, March 4th, there's a couple of pockets of above normal, and that extends even into Louisiana. So we've got a warming trend coming on the way. All right, that's it for me. I think Nick Mickos will be back with you in the morning, and I'll be back with you in the PM hours. And of course, we'll be tracking the cold front and any severe potential. Take care, and again, thanks for your patience.